What's good, family? Smash the like button and subscribe. Now, this topic right here, I wanted to wait a little while to make sure that the information I was presenting was correct, but I'm glad that it's worked this way because the YB don't miss. And I told you, man, there are certain paid shills within the YouTube game right now. Now, we're all aware that Kugan SHILLS working for IFL TV. In fact, no, we're not. Maybe some of you man are aware, but let me tell you right now, Kugan SHILLS is an MTK paid shill. And if you remember rightly, when Tyson Scary when the news came out Tyson Scary had pulled out from the Wilder fight, guess what? IFL TV had not, and in fact, to this day, a week later now, 6 days later, 5 days later, they haven't had no reaction to it. They haven't had no people on. Innit? Seriously, check the channel out. I'll show you a little clip now on your screen, but look at it yourself. Go and click on IFL TV's channel. There's no videos discussing. Arguably, it is not even arguably, that's the biggest news event. Last week, Wednesday, yeah? Bearing in mind, but YB, the football was on. Guess what? The football ain't on IFL TV channel anyway. So you can't even use that excuse. IFL TV is a boxing channel. And last week, the biggest boxing news was Tyson Scary dropping out from the Wilder fight. So wait there a minute. Tyson Scary pulls out from the Wilder fight. And we know for a fact IFL TV love the views. Trust me, if anyone loves views, it's Coogie Bear. No doubt. Mr. Love Views has had a week to upload a whole bag of content. Think of all the reactions we would have got if it was anyone else. In fact, imagine this for a second. Imagine it was Wilder who pulled out. How many reactions, or you know what I'm saying? How many reactions do you think we'd have seen from different people about Wilder dropping out of the fight? We'd have everyone on there. We'd have all the MTK lot on there. Oh well, you know. Oh, he don't want it. Oh well, he's broken. Oh, that's what they'd be saying, 100%. Oh, Wilder's broken, he's a broken man, he didn't speak at the press conference, the writing was on the wall. They'd be doing all that, wouldn't they? But guess what? Your main man's, Tyson Scary, drops out under suspicious circumstances, and IFL TV have got nada to say. And in fact, check this out, even more crazy, yeah, check this out. I'm just looking at the Frank Warren video. Today, 6 hours ago, Fish Eyes Warren had an IFL TV interview, yeah? Look at the title. The title says, Frank Warren answers your questions. Special fan Q&A, including Joyce versus Takam ticket giveaway. What? What? Title? We know how IFL TV love their brutal titles. What happened to the brutal Tyson Fury bottles Deontay Wilder July 24th? Where's that title at? Bearing in mind, Fish Eyes Warren, I haven't watched the interview yet. Haven't seen this title yet. It's one of two things going on. Number one, they've just conveniently missed out the biggest news event of the week, especially when it's Frank Warren, who, as we know, if anyone's related to this news event, it'd be Fish Eyes Warren. So there's either one of two things going on. Either number one, they're just being MTK shills and don't want to promote the fact Tyson Fury's bottled July 24th. Or number two, most worryingly, maybe in this interview, they don't even ask Frank about it. Which I think is also a possibility, to be fair. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And you best believe, if that's the case, the IFL TV have their first interview with Fish Eyes Warren, yeah? And they don't question him about Fury bottling it. Oh, I'm going to go in. I'm going to go all the way in some more. Because this behaviour ain't acceptable. Yeah? Until what you need to do is... And listen, I'm just cooking IFL TV. We've got plenty of other man to go around. Because just trust me, it's not just IFL TV. This Fury news event, yeah, has revealed shills to the nth degree. No doubt about that. All of these undercover ops. But anyway, back to IFL TV. Let's finish up on these cats. Fish Eyes Warren interview. Just now. No mention of... And my problem is, can you imagine? It's a bit like when Billy Ho Saunders jacked. When Billy Ho Saunders jacked, the next week, there was no interviews. And the interviews we did get, there was no... In the title, it wasn't so-and-so reacts to Billy Ho Saunders jacking after being hit once. It was Oh, Billy Ho Saunders, warrior, valiant warrior, battled on for 90 seconds. And even then, there was few and far between. When AJ lost, yeah, there was about 20 videos per day for about a month, no joke. Because I know that, because I was reacting to them. IFL TV was banging videos, 20 videos a day. After Billy Ho lost, there was like, I think they had a 2-day break, 3-day break. The fight was on Saturday. The first video came out on Wednesday, and it was some dead thing anyway, with a dead title and dead questions. And I think they wheeled at Anthony Ogogo to give it the touch and go hospital talk. Oh, you know, touch and go, they weren't never gonna see again. Give you all that. They wheeled him out. Yeah. Here we go again. People tell me, but YB is not a MTK cartel isn't running, isn't controlling, or the Shillaloa cartel isn't controlling boxing. You best believe IFL TV seconds out all them cats who exposed themselves when they took that interview down. They're all on the payroll. Yeah, they're all on the payroll. And this again confirms it. Because Tyson Scary, the biggest news event of the week, and it's not a small news event, is it? Tyson Scary pulls out. I'm not being funny. Even if you're not of the view that he completely shit himself and didn't want to fight, which I am of the view, but even if you're not of that view, even if you just want to report the facts of Fury out because of C19, that's a massive news event. IFL TV, you can't find, there's not one video on here discussing the topic of Tyson Fury pulling out. I can't fathom it, I'm sorry. The biggest news event of probably the month, actually, not just the week. The week doesn't give it justice. This was the biggest news event of the month. And IFL TV haven't got one video on that topic. And you think, tell a lie, there is one video. And even then, that was Eddie Hearn. And even if you look at that title from Eddie Hearn, yeah, the title they used was Eddie Hearn on Fury and Wilder postponed. That's the title they used. Not Eddie Hearn goes in on Tyson Fury bottling which is, let's not forget, in that interview, Eddie Hearn went in. Now, if it wasn't someone they was protecting, they'd be using the most brutal title, no doubt. But because it's one of their shield-ons, but because El Trapahan is hanging out the back of Cougar Bear, proper, but because Kinahan's rides the legs off of Kugan 24/7. They can't put it out there. They've got one interview and it's with Eddie Hearn, and the only reason they did the Eddie Hearn interview is because they have to speak with Hearn because Hearn's paying them $2,000 a week. That's why they had to do that interview. But even then, they didn't put the real title up. So there's IFL for you. IFL a week later have not got one video on the biggest news event of the month. Let's move on now to Tyrone, mtk-Tyrone. Again, I told you, man, months ago, this man's a fake paid shill. No one wanted to listen. Oh, but YB, mate, you know, Tyrone this, Tyrone that. Tyrone is mtk-Tyrone. Yeah? It's as simple as that. But anyway, what I want you, man, to start thinking about as well, I've just shown you IFL TV's page, yeah? Not one in a week. They've had a whole week. Nothing. They've had nothing to say on Fury bottling it. Let's go to Tyrone, mtk-Tyrone's page now, and let's see what he's had to say. Because guess what? I remember a few news events in the recent times. For example, when Eddie Hearn announces his own lineup. When Eddie Hearn announced his own lineup, guess what? Within a few days. Now I'm not gonna sit here and make out. I'd be lying if I told you that Tyrone Booth's really quick with it. I'll be like, if I come on here and told you that, Tyrone posts every minute, I'll be lying. But within a few days, normally of a big news event, he'll post. So when DAZN Boxing, when the DAZN commentary team was announced, a few days later, Tyrone put a video out, going in. Yeah? Here's another one. When Fury and Wilder's press conference happened, and Wilder was silent, Tyrone posted a video. Yeah? And you can just look at it all. Look at all the when Logan Paul fought Mayweather. He posted 2-2s. I don't care about anything. Well, the bottom line is, in my mind, the facts are, sorry. Out of all these headlines, yeah? Floyd versus Logan, DAZN commentary lineup. Out of all of his recent topics, yeah, which would you say was the most explosive? Or let me rephrase that. What do you think is more critical? What would you want to hear from Tyrone about? What's more relevant in the sport of boxing? The DAZN commentary cast, or Tyson Fury pulling out of the Wilder fight on 2 weeks' notice? Anyone who's honest with themselves knows that that DAZN news was bottom feeder news. Don't know. I didn't. You know me. The YB loves views. Yeah, I'll admit that 100%. But even me, even the YB loving views, I haven't even done a video on the DAZN thing because I just don't think there's a market for that kind of content. I don't think no one really cares, truth be known. It's not that popping. The YB tries to make videos that are the most popping. No doubt about that, 100%. I ain't trying to, it's no charity thing. Yeah? I'm trying to make as much as I can, bottom line. But yeah, so Tyrone, wait a minute, Tyrone had no problem commenting on the most deadest news, DAZN's commentary lineup, but then the most popping news, the most relevant news, Tyson Fury pulling out. He ain't got no videos. It's been a whole week. It's been a week since the news dropped. And most importantly, as I'm making this video, Tyrone Booth is now live. And like I told you, it normally takes a few days for Tyrone Booth to come through. So what do we know? Conor McTapper just fought at the weekend, yeah? On Saturday night. It's now Tuesday night. So 3 days later, true to form, Tyrone Booth's posting up on the McTapper thing. Posting up? Now, Tyrone commenting on McTapper's fine, but what I'm struggling with here, Tyrone's got a video on DAZN's new boxing cast. He's got a video on McTapper, but what happened between them two news events? Between DAZN's commentary cast and McTapper losing, what happened in between that? Which was bigger, in my opinion, bigger or as big as, well, it's definitely bigger than DAZN, but as big as McTapper losing. Tyson Fury pulled out. Guess what? Tyrone, mtk-Tyrone, has got nothing to say. Now again, when I'm dropping, like, we've still got a few more dons to roast here, but when I'm giving you this information, it's important not to look at it from a singular point of view, meaning that don't just look at Tyrone's actions and IFL TV's actions independently. What I'm putting to you is that MTK is a cabal, is a boxing cabal, and they're controlling key people within it in the media. So don't just look at the behaviours and think, oh well, yeah. Look at the behaviours and think about how similar they are, and think about, do you think it's a coincidence or not? Is it a coincidence? We know Tyrone loves big news. We know Tyrone would be all over it if AJ or Wilder pulled out. Same with IFL TV. We know this for a fact. They love it. They love the views. But for some reason, Mr. Love the Views, Coogie Bear and Tyrone, got nothing to say on the biggest news event of the month. But when it comes to airing Eddie Hearn out about whatever, about his crap cast, Tyrone's there. And like I said, back to Tyrone. Tyrone's commenting on McTapper losing. And look at the title of that video. Conor McGregor is finished. Why isn't there a video? Why is it I can't find a video which says Tyson Fury bottles the Wilder fight? Because you got a lot to say about McTapper. In fact, Tyrone, I've got another video coming soon, but Tyrone was saying about, oh yeah, AJ's scared of Fury. AJ don't want none of Fury, and Fury would run through AJ, and he would. He can't. Fury don't want to run through Wilder, a blown up cruiserweight. He ain't gonna run through no one called AJ. That's what we do know. Yeah? Mr. Tyrone, who got everything to say, all of a sudden silent when it comes to Fury. Is that a coincidence? You man tell me. Because the more people this is the case for, yeah, the more suspect it gets. IFL TV, who by the way are confirmed. And that's why I'm glad I started with IFL TV, because most people will accept that we know that IFL TV are bought and paid for to be shillers for MTK, because they've got public advertisements and whatnot for MTK. So that's not a stretch, but when you start looking at IFL TV who are confirmed mtk-Shills, look at their behaviour, and contrast it with Tyrone's. The dude who's got opinions for everyone on everything. All of a sudden, when it comes to Billy Ho, he's silent. Or better yet, he's shilling for Billy Ho. When it comes to Tyson Fury, he hasn't got nothing to say. I'm sorry, I find that shocking. I really do. Or, what are you going to tell me? I'm sure there's Tyrone fans out there who say, oh, but YB, maybe he just doesn't know. Wow, do you actually believe that? Do you believe Tyrone, who knew about DAZN and their dead cast? Because I don't care what no one says. DAZN's cast, yeah, that is insider boxing news. The average Joe wouldn't have a clue what you're talking about. But Tyrone knew all about that. But the biggest news of the month, Tyson Fury dropping out from July 24th. And Tyrone nowhere to be found. Wow. But you got something to say about McTapper pulling out. McTapper's falling off. And I guarantee you, yeah, Tyrone was begging for some big news. Because the pressure was getting to him. And I find it amazing that it's been a week. He's only just posted now. He had posted nothing for a week. Since Tyson Fury pulled out. Had nothing to say for a week. About the biggest news event. Do you not find that amazing? Now I'm pretty sure once he sees this video, no doubt he'll probably change the title or something. Try and do one of them ones, one of them covert ones. But it's too late. You've been exposed. Bottom line, yeah. No doubt. You are a goofy Tyrone, and you are a paid shill. You are a kept woman. El Trapahan, Kinahan. I was about to say Kinahan treats you like a kept woman. You are a kept woman, not treats you. You are one. Yeah. Trapahan puts you up in a gaff, gives you a car, and every few days or every weekend he comes round and rides the legs off you. Because you are a kept woman. Yeah? He gives you a text and says, yo honey, I'm coming round tonight. And he hangs out the back of you. And asks you how it tastes. No doubt. That's how it does go down, because I've heard it. I know how it works when you're a kept woman. Yeah? No doubt. You listen, at the end of the day, it's 2021. I'm not going to come on here and judge no one. If that's the way you're inclined, if you like certain dons riding the legs off you, then that's what it is. Like I said, it's 2021. I like all people on God's green earth. Each to their own. Yeah, if you like some next Donny hanging at the back of you, yeah, then that's good for you. I'm proud. I'm happy for you. Really am. Your happiness is my happiness. Yeah. If you like Kinahan coming around your gaff and putting the reins in your mouth and riding the legs off you, then all I can say is more power to you. Yeah, fair play to you. No doubt. But what I can't respect is the fact that you're still trying to act like you're independent. You're still trying to act like you're not a kept woman. You are a kept woman, Tyrone. Tyrone, MTK, Tyrone. That's what you are. Yeah, you are. And it makes sense now where I told you a few months ago now that Tyrone is controlled opposition. But when you do some thinking now, do you think, like for example, that whole beef between Kugan and Tyrone, I'm telling you, it was controlled opposition. Controlled opposition. It was a psyop. Yeah? It was a psychological operation. Because what better way to convince fans that, oh yeah, clearly Tyrone hates. See what I'm trying to say? It basically creates a divide. It creates a line of separation. Because these companies, it's like these media conglomerates who, they own different news stations. They own several different companies you wouldn't even know about. If that makes sense. You think they're all independent companies. But in reality, there's a big one above them all who owns all the little syndicates. Yeah? And this is, I'm telling you right now, MTK are doing exactly the same thing. You see this little beef between Kugan and Tyrone and think, oh yeah, Tyrone's clearly independent. Yeah, Tyrone hate. In fact, I had some goofy tell me that. YB, what are you talking about? And this just goes to show how well, or not how well, but it goes to show how the low IQ dons got psyoped. Because I had some goofies in my comments saying, yeah, YB, what are you talking about? Tyrone, and there's no way Tyrone will be working with Kugan. They hate each other. That just goes to show how dopey you dons are. They fed you that beef. That beef's been fed to you. You've been told what to think. Oh yes, I will believe Tyrone and Kugan are enemies. In reality, they're both batting for the same team. And that team is Kinahan hanging at the back of your team. You best believe, because them two, man, you listen, what we know is, when it comes to Kinahan hanging at the back of you, you man are star players for that team. You best believe. You are number one and number two. You man are the champions of Kinahan hanging at the back of. Yeah? Tyrone is the gold medalist, because he's the first to be taking it, 100%. He stay taking it, no doubt, 100%. 1,000,000%. You are, Tyrone, you are the gold medal winner. What, YB, what do you mean? What? How did he win the medal? He won the medal because he won the medal because he lasted the longest. Kinahan rolled the legs off him for about 30 minutes, and then I'm pretty sure. In fact, you know what? You know what I have to do? Let me check the score sheet. In fact, one sec. Yeah, there we are. I've ratified the result. The result was Tyrone lasted 30 minutes of Kinahan riding the legs off him, and factually, Kugi Bear came in second at 27 minutes. So there you go. That's how Tyrone was the gold medal winner, because he lasted the longest. Yeah, Kinahan rolled him in for 30 minutes, beat Kugi Bear by 3 minutes. So fair play to both of them. Yeah, I'm proud of you. Gold medal and silver medal winner, no doubt. So anyway, you are a shield, Tyrone, and it's simple as that. Yeah, you stay with Kinahan hanging at your backside. That's what it is. Fair play to you. I'm happy you got a new car. I'm happy you got a new flat. I'm happy you're a kept woman, no doubt. But it is what it is. What we can't work with is the fact. Oh no, I'm not. No YB, I'm not a kept woman. No YB, I'm not a gold medalist for Kinahan. No YB, I didn't win the gold medal. No YB, it wasn't 30 minutes. He rode the legs off me. Yeah, it's no good. We've all seen the results. We all know Kinahan rode the legs off you for 30 minutes. Simple as that. For us, but why? But it didn't happen like that. It was only 15 minutes. Well, whatever it was, yeah. If it was 15 or 20, it don't matter. He rode the legs off you, yeah. He was hanging at the back of you for the longest time, and that's why you won the gold medal. I don't want to hear nothing else about it, yeah. Oh, but YB, you know, Kugi was 12 and I was 15 minutes. Well, Tyrone, the truth is, we don't care about the particulars. That's your man's business. Yeah? Who are we to get into your personal business behind closed doors? For me to sit here and argue with you about, oh no, but it was only 15 minutes and give it all that. What's wrong with you? We don't care. I'm just telling you what it is. And at the end of the day, trap a hand, hang at your backside for X amount of time, and you was the best one yet. And no one lasted as long as you did with Trapper Hand. That's what it is. I'm not going to sit here and argue about, it was this long, it was that long. However long it was, you the winner. You be doing the most with Trapper Hand. Yeah? Because you love being a shill. It's your favourite thing to do. And that's why you won the gold medal. For the shillery. You and Ben, that's another thing as well, thinking about it. You and Ben Davison, joint golds for the biggest shillers and for the mtk-Shillers. Because guess what? Billy Ho, these dons, yeah, Billy Ho and Tyson Scary, Billy Ho and Tyson Scary, they don't even know your name. They call you Tyrone. Yeah? That's what makes this worse. They don't even respect you enough to know your name. And again, if you want to know how much of a shill someone is, and better yet, if you want to know how much someone loves someone else, yeah, let them forget their name. Like, do you know how much you've got to be in love with someone? Or better yet, do you know how much you've got to shill for someone when they get your name wrong, and you then, especially as a man as well. So imagine being a man, yeah, and another man getting your name, another man, I bet you, let's work this all out. Imagine being a man, yeah, and you claim that you're good friends with another man, but that man gets your name wrong. And rather than saying, well, man, yeah, I don't know, man, you then You defend another man getting your name wrong. Wow. Oh, but he's a millionaire, so he doesn't need to get my name right. Wow. I'm sorry. Listen, let me tell you, man, something right now. Let me tell you, man, something right now. The YB, yeah, as a man, there ain't no man on God's green earth who I will sit there and tell you that I will devalue myself and I will disrespect myself just because he's got money. Oh, because he's got money, you can call me Charlie if you want because you're rich. I'll suck the fire out of you. My name's the YB. Do you understand? It's as simple as that. If you can't get it right, the fire will be exiting your ear hole. Because it'll be slapped out of it. You understand? That's where I'm coming from. But these fruities, these shill-ons, all they want is their love and affection. All that Tyrone wants is Billy Hoes and Kinahans and Tyson Scare. All he wants is their affection. He'll do anything for it. He doesn't care about his name. Yeah? And that's why people say, YB, but how? What do you mean Kinahan was hanging at the back of Tyrone? Well, there you go then. That's how. Because a man who will justify another man getting his name wrong, not even justify it, he was like applauding it. Oh, but he's rich, so it's... You know what I'm saying? Oh, but he's rich, so he's got a card to do whatever he wants. He can step all over me. He can hang at the back of me. You understand? That's where it goes. That's how we get to that one. Because Tyrone was almost celebrating the fact that he got his name wrong. Oh, yeah, it's good. I like being called out of my name. Yeah. In fact, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the reason he called him Tyrone. That's that little kinky thing they had going on. That's why Tyrone likes that name. Yeah? That's what Billy calls him when he's hanging at the back of him. Tyrone. You like that one, Tyrone, yeah? No doubt, 100%. That's where the name came from. Billy got crossed up. Yeah? He was thinking about the other name he calls him. His pet name, as such. His relationship pet name was Tyrone. That's why he got confused. Yeah? No doubt. Listen. Tyrone, what you need to do is, reach out to the YB. I will teach you some lessons in self-respect. Because you don't have none. Clearly you don't. Because we all saw a video of you celebrating a man forgetting your name. And you was encouraging it. Oh yeah, no, but it's cool because he's rich and he shouldn't have the decency to know my name. And the way you carry on is like you're best friends with him as well. You're like, oh nah, I can't say anything. I can't tell the truth about Billy Ho because he's my best friend and we get on and we know each other. The man don't even know your name. Wow! Listen, you're down super sad. You're down super bad right now. Tyrone. Yeah? Anyway, let's move on from Tyrone now because I don't want to be here all day. Let's move on to the next one. But listen, Tyrone was the main one. Tyrone's no doubt the main shill. Yeah? Listen, the next one, and this one's going to be a bit of a shocker for you, man, but if you follow the YB's channel religiously, you'll know that I already told you, man, what time it was when it came to this particular shill. This man's name is LDBC Hatman. Yeah? Let's go and check Hatman's channel right quick. Because I'm just calling a spade here. I've checked all the main channels, yeah? I've checked all the main channels to see who's been saying what. And I have to give credit, to be fair. Fair play to Sporting Icons, because no matter what differences we may or may not have had, at least he's been commenting on it. Yeah? Bottom line. And he's been to some extent calling a spade. He's been speculating along the right lines. Yeah? These other goofies, nowhere to be found. And there we go. Today, LDBC Gasman. Here we go. LDBC Gasman puts out one video for 3 minutes. The biggest news event of the month. And LDBC Gasman has got one video. And in that video, he don't say nothing in there. Because, listen, in 3 minutes, you can't say nothing. So I'm hearing now that LDBC Hatman is most likely been got to. He's been touched as well. Yeah? Most likely, Kinahan is hanging out the back of LDBC Hatman as well, right now. Because this right here is what you call a transition. Hatman is transitioning. Yeah? Before he'd have put 10 videos out, now he only puts one, and that's what a transition is. Because a month from now, he won't be mentioning no videos. about this topic, about any topics that impinge on his relationship with Trapahan. And that's simple as that. It won't be long now, and that man will be just like Tyrone. Yeah? Because this for me was sus. I don't care what no one says. I told you, man, he was going to pull out. And anyone who hasn't had something to say on it is a paid shill. Tyrone, and obviously IFL TV. Big juicy shill-ons. The juiciest. And what gets me most about Tyrone is that people for a long time said that, oh, Tyrone, yeah, he's real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People gave him the ratings. I had people telling me, oh, YB, you know, Tyrone, and I wish, oh, YB, you tried to be like Tyrone. What? I tried to have next man hanging at the back of my backside. I don't think so. Yeah? The YB ain't never tried to do that. How about that? If anything, the facts are, the YB, you best believe, the YB hangs at the back of Dons, if anything. You understand? That's what you best believe. Yeah? Because there ain't no one getting my name wrong. And me sitting there and say, yeah, well, you know, well, he's a millionaire. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, understand that? Let me tell you something right now. If I met AJ, yeah, and he got my name wrong, you wouldn't hear me saying, I'd just bottom line say, well, obviously he ain't got a clue who I am. Bottom line. For me to sit there and, oh, nah, it don't matter because he's rich and I'm glad he calls me that name. I can't like that name anyway. Wow. That's what Tyrone said. Tyrone was like, oh, you know, truth is, I kind of like that name better anyway. Wow. You shill. You'll say anything, won't you, Tyrone? You'll say anything to me. Because even when the man who you say is your best friend ever in the world, even when the man who you say is your best friend in the world gets your name wrong, you're still trying to defend him. And that there just shows you how embedded MTK are in Tyrone's back end. They're right in there. They're nuzzled in. They are, They are central to Tyrone's being. Do you understand that? MTK are central to Tyrone's sense of purpose and sense of being. Because even when his own, what would you call it? Even when his own character is being mugged off, he still defaults to protect the establishment. Oh, even though Billy Ho's mugged me off, I was still not. He's like one of them AI bots who are programmed. You know what I'm saying? He can never do anything negative to MTK or to Billy Ho. Billy Ho just told you he ain't got a clue who you are. And he got your name completely wrong. And rather than call it down the line, you're sitting there trying to convince everyone that it's the right thing to do and how you like the name anyway. Oh yeah, well to be fair, Billy Ho's right. Tyrone sounds better anyway. And wow, you're down super bad right now. You are down super bad. Yeah? Super bad. And you're supposed to be edgy. I don't know about you, man, yeah, but if I was edgy and someone got my name wrong, you best believe you, man, would be hearing something edgy in response. Not, oh, well, it suits me better. Tyrone sounds better anyway, and you know he's a millionaire, so we don't need to, even though I said he's my best friend, he's a millionaire, so we don't need to get my name right. And truth be known, I feel I'm probably going to go down to the registry office and change it to Tyrone so that Billy can get it right. And all that kind of stuff. What's wrong with this guy? Call it what it is, Tyrone. Say it straight. Who does this guy think he is? Get my name wrong. I don't care how much money you got. If you meet me and you want to speak on me, you best have my name right. Otherwise, the fire will be exiting your ear. It's going to get slapped out of you, no doubt. But these are lessons, you see, that Tyrone needs to learn. Yeah. And if he wants a real man to teach him to him, just come through. Because the YB is happy to slap some of them right into your bonnet for you. No doubt. I will slap the respect you don't have for yourself into you. How about that, Tyrone? Trust me, 100%. Yeah? If you need the YB to slap some respect you don't have for yourself right into you, just let me know. Yeah? Because I'll give you one of them good whoopings. One of them whoopings, yeah, where it will kind of break you down. Break you down to your fundamental self. It will get rid of all of that MTK shillery that they've programmed into your barnet. I'll slap it right out of you for you. And by the time I finish with you, you'll have a new lease of life. You'll have a new lease of respect for yourself. Because you'll be able to say, wow, The YB just slapped the fire out of me. And now I know there's nothing I can't go through. You understand? Because you best believe, the whooping the YB would put you through, there wouldn't be no amount of mtk-Shill that will ever get you programmed to the extent you've been programmed like you are. You understand? The most rigorous whooping, you know what I'm saying? The most rigorous whooping you would take. That said, once you came out the other side, 12 months later, when you finally recovered from the physical trauma, you would be a stronger individual. You would have that respect for yourself. You'd say, no, Kinahan, you're not going to hang at the back of me. No, Billy Ho Saunders, you're not going to ride the legs off me for 30 minutes. The YB taught me I'm stronger than that. Because look what he did to me, and I survived that. So there's no way I'm going to have Trapperhan riding the legs off me again. And that's how I leave you. So you let me know. If you need the YB to slap some respect into you, let me know. Come through. Yeah? No doubt.